Hello. My thing went out. Okay, it was working, but yeah. Anyway, so today we're going to dive in a little bit into feminine energies. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that this isn't for you if you're already in unity. Obviously, we are continuously ascending and continuously working on ourselves. So part of that process is really to examine the whole. And in order to do so, a lot of times to make it easier on our human so that our human can catch up. Because no matter how much you become in unity, the human still exists. This is a human existence, okay? And so being able to kind of pull apart the whole and really look at it, ooh, I got stuff on me, is very beneficial. And sometimes we use labels to help us do that so we can examine what's going on. So when I use feminine energy, you may be in unity consciousness, you may not, doesn't really fucking matter. Everybody, will continue to use those. Well, I won't say everybody, but a lot of people will, even once they're in unity, just as a process for their human to stay kind of, on par with the soul. Let's put it that way. And so, because I'm at a place I know personally where what I say is that my human is a filter. It gets a seat at the table when making decisions, but my soul makes the ultimate decisions. And sometimes she can throw a motherfucking tantrum. And when that occurs, I try to keep her bought into the process, because sometimes, and I just heard some people like, well, if you were in unity, bullshit. You will always have your human, there's zero perfection in this process. Zero. If you believe that your human will never cause issues for you no matter how high you ascend, you are not nearly as enlightened as you fucking think you are. So just stop right there. Okay, don't correct me. Alrighty. Yeah, that was sass coming out. So I'm trying to figure out okay, we are going to start. I feel like lately, as of late, this is like a go-to. We're going to start with Starman Tarot deck. As a reminder, I don't do reversals. If it comes out reversed purely by accident or whatever, like I usually flip it over unless Spirit says otherwise. I do channel when I do this, so sometimes what I tell you may not even match the traditional meaning of the tarot card. That's how I roll. If that irks you, then either check out one of the other fabulous tarot readers on YouTube or go get your own tarot deck. This is just how I roll, okay? Let's see here. I also understand the concept that people want to sit there and say that time is an illusion. Let's be perfectly clear. I'm just going to clear up a couple of things. While time, it may not be experienced exactly the same from dimension to dimension or from the human perspective versus our origination. Time does exist within this existence and is pertinent to this existence. Do we need to understand that that Spirit may view something or experience something differently? Yes. Does Spirit understand time to us? Yes. So when they say that time is an illusion, it's really more about the fluidity in which Spirit can utilize, or we can utilize and manipulate our understanding of time. And so by that, if you want to talk like, we'll use a tarot card reading. I'm doing this in 2020, but you can see this at a different time, and it's meant for you at that point in time. Spirit has a way of wielding and manipulating the energies and time and delivering something so that it can reach places that it needs to. But understand that, like, my point is, Spirit understands time frames for us as a human experience, because all of our experience is downloaded and a part of the collective consciousness. It is a part of the Akashic records. So this notion that spirit doesn't understand it and can't give you time frames isn't necessarily true. Now, are there a lot of times where there are factors that might sway and they don't want to give you time? Yes. But if you were to go into, let's say, Vedic sidereal astrology, they believe, and I'm going to paraphrase, I'm going to use layman's terms, that certain things happen at certain times because it is dictated that way by the plan you chose when you came here. So time in this existence matters. Therefore, spirit understands it and can utilize it. Ooh, I just wasted 5 minutes on that shit. Okay. All right. So, and there are times when spirit will say, you better get this shit done by now because there are other things that need to occur. And so, otherwise, we would never have a fucking tower moment. Just gonna say, because there would be no pressure. So, please always understand. Sometimes I think that gets used and manipulated because they're like, I hear people sometimes, well, time's an illusion anyways. No, bitch, you're using that as an excuse now. You do at times have a time limit. Or well, it's just perfect timing. No, I hear spirit bitching sometimes about Jesus. I mean, they don't say Jesus Christ, that's my term. They do cuss at me, though, because I won't fucking listen to them if they don't. But, so, you know, anyways. All right, let's get started on this. Yes, I have wee little hands, and it can be difficult at times with some of these bigger decks. All right, then. We're starting right away. So just bear with me if I look janky while I do this with this. Ooh. Okay. All right. I'm getting a little bit of like a giddy excitement. Like I want to smile and be like, you know. All right, I am smiling. You just can't see it. I got another one coming. I don't, Woo! Okay. Yeah, I'm coming. I'm going to show you. Hold on just a second. Hold on. I have a feeling we're going to be whipping out the tarot sexual magic, the sexual magic tarot deck, whatever you want to call it. So if you don't like, I don't know, they're not graphic, but they're just, you know, sexual images. I'm trying to readjust, guys. Sorry. If y'all don't like that kind of stuff, then you may want to click off now. I can already feel it. So we've got 3 of Wands. Princess of Cups. You can see why I fucking love this deck. And Justice. All right. Okay. I'm excited. Okay. All right. So 3 of Wands. You're kind of waiting. I feel like there's this sense of, and I know that this is so stereotypical. 3 of Wands, waiting for the ships to come in. But there is something that has eventuated, and you can feel it coming in, and you know it's about to happen. And so you're kind of waiting for it. It feels like there's just so much going on. Like if you notice in this things, it looks like it's mirrored. Okay, everything is mirrored. They're showing me this for a reason. We'll figure it out here in a second together. Okay, so I want to show you. I don't know what's up with this camera because I'm going to see the city looks like it's upside down right there and it's reflected down there. So like there's a cityscape down here and then there's a cityscape up here. Okay. And it's like they're mirroring. So above, as above, so below. Okay. Well, that was, there seems to be these signals coming out, these transmissions, you're feeling stuff. So a lot of this is energetic. You know that something's coming. You know that something's coming. So you're definitely highly in touch with your intuition right now, and with spirit. Three of Wands is really about knowing where a particular passion lies, knowing that there is a couple of ways that this could pan out, and when you're at that place of having chosen something, you then and began it. You know, it's kind of like you started something, but it hasn't really given you, I don't want to say reaping anything necessarily, but it hasn't, like you're waiting for the natural consequences. I don't like that term necessarily, but the natural consequences to come in regards to this. And so I have a feeling, and we're going to clarify this, that it has it's something in the emotional realm, of course, with the Page of Cups. And it seems as if this is going to be some type of offer, an emotional offer, a very emotional offer. So you're feeling this in your heart. It's almost like Kundalini is, and you're getting the flutters from time to time, and you can feel that something's coming in. You can feel it near, energetically near. So this is like, it's going to happen. Like, this is like this is going to happen. Yeah, see, because here comes the cup with the eye. I always count that as like the Eye of Horus, or, you know, the third eye, whatever you want to call it. What do you want to call it? Why did I say that? Okay. They're wanting me to take a look really quick. Give me a second. I keep bringing me to these figures down here. God, I really, why is this? So there's these figures like knelt. You see what I'm saying? Who are just almost like to their knees. Like the feeling is like the physical feeling of this emotion brings somebody to their knees. Okay? Not in the sense like it's almost the place of feeling like begging, but it is the surrender. Thank you, Spirit. There's a surrender to some emotions. There's a surrender to what needs to occur. There's a surrender. Someone's surrendering and offering you something. I feel like this is going to be long. And it's almost as if this is, I keep hearing just desserts. Like this is just desserts, okay? This is your karma coming back to you. It's destined, actually. This is more destined in the way it feels. But it feels like it also feels very much so like the efforts that you put in are bringing in an offer, and this is something that's owed to you. It's going to balance things out. All right, we need to, I want some details on this. Okay, we're going straight up into this. We're going to use again, graphic images, please. If you've got issues, click off. Yeah, I'm feeling, okay, can I just say that the sacral, I'm so sorry to do this. This is going to get a little raunchy. See that right here on her? It's like the hoo-ha has lights coming from it. You see this? You see this? There's the hoo-ha. I call it a hoo-ha. Hoo-ha. Okay. So it's like the, you know what I'm saying? And it's shooting up. Kundalini is fucking going crazy. It's shooting up. Let me adjust this light really quick because I feel like that might fucking help. Sorry, peeps. Oh. Okay. Hopefully that helps with getting this. So, okay. So, yeah, you can see it? See it? But then it's like it's shooting up the body and it's pumping through. There's just something very about this. And same with the justice. Look at this justice. See it just shooting straight through. It's oh my gosh. Okay. So, and this is like a, you know, judgment's usually the decision. But this is, you notice that she's weighing the heart and the brain? Heart versus head type of situation. I'm almost feeling like it's going to, it's bringing peace to both. Oh, shit. Well, isn't that fucking nice? Because there's usually one that's not. Okay, let's see here. All right, here we go. We'll clarify the Three of Wands first. Well, that's a lot for the three. Okay. 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 Oh! Okay, I'm sorry. We're just gonna go ahead. The Fool. This is probably like the only. Oh, it's sexual. Like it's not like super overtly, you know. When we're talking about Kundalini, we've got the snake over here. This is like life force energy pumping through someone. Because this feels pretty big. I don't know what, like it's exciting in the sense of like, you know, but it feels really big. So this is like a brand new, it's a new start. You kind of started something and you're on this journey. You're not very far along. They corrected me. It's as, please explain. Yeah, there's some kind of new beginning. And that you've been feeling. It's definitely a new beginning in love. We're just going to say they're making out in the background. He sets out to find his. And so, there's a King of Cups. Someone really in control and understands their emotions. Has a deep well of emotions. You know, not a page. Page is usually, okay, so there's a couple of ways you can go about it, but a page would be really someone who is not emotionally mature, really hasn't delved deep within themselves, so they can't give much to someone else. This individual really feels the depths of their own soul, has explored their dark crevices, really understands their emotions, how to share such emotions, but doesn't just freely give that out. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, some of us, we end up just getting too much to, and have nothing left in our own cup for ourselves. The king has kind of perfected now, how to, how to kind of control, knowing that people only get what spills out of their cup. What's in your cup is for you, and whatever flows over, whatever abundance there is what gets given out, so to speak. Does that make sense? Because without your cup being full, you're running on empty, is what they just said. So really understands how to execute that. In this one, there's a control. It's again, he's very controlled, petting her. Still very sensual, still very affectionate, still very giving, but understands who should have access to their cup and who should not. Let's put it that way. But on the Three of Wands, what's interesting with this one is the Knave of Swords. Oof. There's definitely a feeling of watching going on with this, of admiration, of admiring, but she's kind of calling him in. Do you see this? I mean, she's just like I know we've all done this before, where female, male, doesn't matter, where we are just feeling exceptional, and it just translates into our body language. It translates into how we talk, how we hold ourselves, how we interact with others. And there's something very alluring. I feel like this is you. There's something very alluring and captivating. Now, yes, he's looking at her ass. But, oh, they got really graphic. I've never gotten this graphic. Okay, so you know how... Fuck me. All right, this is not for children. Click off if you're under 18. You know how when a female bends over and like there's pretty much like you see the butt, but sometimes you get a peek of the hoo-ha. And so there, oh my God, this is getting somewhere. I did not anticipate this, not one iota. So this is really reflective of someone that's really getting a glimpse, if that makes sense, into who you really are. Like someone, obviously, you're completely exposed. Didn't even fucking try to hide one iota bit of you. You're fully authentic, out there. And this individual is coming in, and I know this is not normally the Knight of Swords kind of like energy. He is swift, though. He is very swift and quick, but he is getting glimpses of things, pieces of you. You have literally, shown everything. Everything is out there for everyone to see, and he gets a glimpse of a little nugget. For fuck's sake, this is getting that he really likes. Okay, but can I be honest with you? I think the King of Cups is you. This is you really being in control, honoring yourself, knowing your worth. And so that's why you're willing to fucking wait for this shit. Because you're not going to go chasing after lame ducks is what they just said. All right. So there's someone that has you've caught somebody's eye, or by being fully out there in yourself, just, passionately who you are, like the Ace of Wands, and then making the decision to just put it all out there, that's like a signal or something that pulls them in, if that makes sense, okay? But you can feel it. You've known it was meant to happen, that they really enjoy what they know. I mean, of all the things that you've shown them, there's a specific thing, a nugget that they are very attracted and drawn to. And it's almost like it's the core of you. Like there's all the human stuff, there's the soul stuff, and then there's this core of something that has captivated them, if that makes sense. Let's, well, for fuck's sake. Knave of Chalices. Let's get a couple. I know that there's more for this. I literally just looked down at my thing, and it said 4:44. The clock did. So just letting you know. Okay. Oh gosh, we're going to get into this bad boy. Okay. What? Okay. Shit, that was 5 cards for that one. Okay, so this offer, this thing that's coming forward, this presentation of an emotion, this comes from an individual. And this is from a very particular individual. Not to say that you don't have options, but this feels like there's like she's waiting, so she's not necessarily entertaining. There's no entertaining. This feminine is not entertaining options. Let's put it this way. This individual, male or female, is really in touch with their feminine, and they're calling things in, which is very a feminine energy. It's not actively pursuing. It's not, I mean, there's pursuing, and then there's the 3D version of actions. And so that's definitely a very feminine energy. This individual, just going to tell you, this individual, there's 2 cards. There's the Knave of Chalices with 9 of Cups, and then there's the King of Wands. This individual has may not be as seasoned as you are in regards to their emotions and how to divvy those out and how to show that necessarily. But they're definitely, well, let me rephrase that. Show that as good, being in that place of knowing when to and when not to. There's still moments where this individual may either hold back when they shouldn't or give when they shouldn't, but they're beyond a page when it comes to their emotions. They feel them deeply, and they're genuine, and they want to offer it to somebody, hence why this individual is just pouring over letters, wanting so badly to express. They want to express these emotions, and they are a king when it comes to expression. Knowing how to necessarily, or knowing when to express their emotions. They're kind of like, you know what I'm saying? But when they do, they have fire, they have passion, they're definitely a king when it comes to that. And so they do understand, there's something about this feminine energy that is so, again, it's that nugget. It's so very alluring to them, that they, I guess this is really to help the feminine energies out there to understand that your waiting is not in vain. And I'm sure that you already realize this, because, well, and maybe you don't. They said maybe they don't. Okay. Because yeah, you're right. I don't see an Empress on here. So it's one of those situations where you're trying to have faith and listen to your intuition, but Spirit wants to come along and let you know you're not waiting in vain. There is an individual that sees the core of you, that nugget that is just so alluring, so beautiful, because you've put yourself out there completely, no matter who you interact with, no matter who you talk to, no matter what circumstance or situation you're in. And that will be rewarded. Your true, authentic self, unapologetically. Now that sounds a lot like a fucking Empress to me, but apparently there's moments of wavering, and they really want you to stay on track with this. They want to keep you in that energy, in that space, and so they're sending this message to you. Okay, so there's an individual that you've really, that's seen this nugget of something of you, and may not exactly know how they are expressive with their emotions. Hasn't explored all of them completely, not the queen, really wants to bring that forward, might come across a little more passionate, might decide to do that in a very passionate way. And sometimes, depending on who you are, who this feminine energy is, that may come across very off-putting, let's put it that way, where this expression of emotion, they have so much drive, so much, and they love to take actual action. They like to show it physically through physical intimacy. They like to show it physically through the things that they do. And so right now, they're really learning and honing, this is what they're telling me, how to send and express emotion that's not necessarily within a physical action form. So they're really, and this is why there's like 20 million pieces of paper, like, okay, I'm learning this process. I'm coming to this understanding, and they really want to do it. And they're going to be it's a very successful situation. So look at the card, hold on. There's something about being able to articulate and being willing to be vulnerable, very vulnerable, with their emotions and to express it in other ways other than action, but actually to allow the other individual to feel it and hear it and experience it, that really ignites. I'm just going to show you that Kundalini. We'll do this. That Kundalini energy that I told you was running through. Okay. And they're feeling it as well. It's, oh, I feel like that's part of them that got ignited. That's why these figures up top are like, oh, you know, like when someone like, oh, you know, you kind of like lift up during your awakening. That's what it feels like. You're like, oh, I see the light, you know, in the beginning. Then you're like, oh, this shit's hard. And it's almost, it's crippling. It's both. Fuck. It's, there's something that's awakening within them, that they're willing to go to this place to learn how to express their emotion, and not just through physical actions or lust or intercourse and things like that. So they're exploring right now their internal world. This is definitely a masculine energy right here. Definitely a masculine approaching, wanting to approach and coming in with this offer. And they're going to be very successful. There's something about, oh, it's so sweet. It's the combination. So the dove, which represents the love and the emotions, and the rabbit, which represents the lust, and just like they become successful at reaching out and connecting with you in the way that they know you desire and you're expecting, okay? But what you don't realize, okay, is what it is that they want to express, like what that emotion really is. Because at this point, any actions they may or may not have taken, you know, they're used to, you know, like the kind of actions they take don't necessarily tell you exactly what they want. Hence why they're like, I have to really go in and figure out how to show this and express this and things like that. And so they're coming in to express. And it's really about both love and like love, emotion, passion. And the Six of Wands is really successfully coming in to express those. And it, you know, he holds a torch for you. And so, but what he wants to come in and express, this is beautiful, what they're wanting to come in and express, this masculine, and I say he's just really talking about the energy, masculine definitely wants to come in and express the Hierophant and the Three of Pentacles. Now, go first and foremost, I do not understand why some people want to go. I've heard readers go into this whole thing about how Three of Pentacles could mean third party. What the fuck are you talking? Okay, first and foremost, in the traditional tarot deck, the Three of Pentacles are three individuals fully aware of the presence of each other, working together, like the traditional tarot. There's nothing hidden or secretive or anything else like that about it. It is a collaboration. It is working and building. And incidentally, while, yes, the two most important people in any relationship are the two that are in the relationship, you know, just as with children, it takes a village. And so this notion of there's not like, yes, there could be individuals around, but it's really about the building piece. You know, the only thing I could think that some people want to try and take that into a third third party is that there's other influences, you know, in this building process, possibly. But, you know, I would take that more like, if I were to look at it as an influence, it would be like the things that the individual still has internally, you know what I'm saying? But you know, to me, it's like, it's two people building a third tangible thing, you know what I mean? And so working on that. And I don't take that as a third party. I just don't. I don't take that as like, and third party is like anything that could interfere. But when you're in the building process, unless a card near it says something, I don't just automatically assume that the Three of Pentacles is a negative influence on the building process, if that makes sense. Okay. So, Hierophant. So this is really about traditional, and there's something about so up here you're going to notice that they have the two birds. Again, that's the love. That's the love shared between two individuals. In this one, this individual is kissing, this female is kissing the ring in an understanding of the in reverence of, is what they're saying, in reverence of the structure by which this individual wants to build with you. Structure, not institution, structure can be, is that the formal understanding of partnership, of the connection, of, it could be as far as marriage, or it could just be the understanding. This is, oh, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. It's reverence for the structure that he wants to build for you. This individual wants permanence, lifelong, like this is what they're feeling. Like this has to, okay, so this must be somebody that knows you, or because of your willingness to be completely authentically you, you've just laid your soul out, and people can see it. You know what I'm saying? They can see your core. And he has fallen in love. This motherfucker's fallen in love. You were like the epitome of some, like this masculine sees you as something with longevity, something wanted permanently in his life, and wanting to build something with you. I'm sorry, I totally turned that one upside down. My bad. Wanting to build, they keep saying the word structure between the two of you for you to be safe. It's almost as if the connection, the relationship, it is a relationship they want. The connection, they want to build something for you to feel safe, where you can flourish, where the feminine can flourish, okay? And that's what they want to express. Okay, I'm spending too long on that. I really do want to get to the Justice, because we're at almost 40 minutes. Okay. I did go on a rant in the beginning, so that's my bad. Apologies. Yeah, no. I get taking all of those. Oh, baby. Oh, good God. Okay. That was Six of Swords, by the way, landed on the Justice. I'm getting an energy that for some people this is a past person. Two of Swords. Oh, fuck. Okay. One more, please, for justice. One more. Why? Why? Okay. All right, we're going to put this bad boy down. So, Six of Swords. Wow. Okay, Six of Swords is really about... see, they're making love on the ground. This is really about grounding in... you know, when you're out of balance, you go outside and you're supposed to ground, right? So in the traditional tarot, the Six of Swords is this whole, you know, going from rocky waters into calmer waters, really bringing in stability, that structure, that a structured connection, okay, that's revered. That's revered. That's their word, not mine. This structured, this love, this safe place, this safe haven, this home, you know, but home in the sense of where you feel you can belong, where you can rest, where you can retreat, bringing a reverence to that, bringing longevity, building something lifelong, you know, and the Hierophant really reflects how seriously they take their desire. They know exactly what they're feeling. They know why they're feeling it. They're serious about wanting to offer this to you. Very serious in wanting to build with you in life. And so this is the reason why I say this gives me the sense that this might be one of two scenarios right here. We're talking about either a feminine who has had a very rocky past, and is ready to step into, it's when we're talking about the karmic rewards and having had done the work with the Three of Wands and directing their passion and waiting for something to come in, knowing that it's going to come in, and justice being, you know, the karma that's coming back to them. This is like moving from just this feminine energy is moving from this very rocky past to a very solid, grounded existence, where there's a sense of stability, a sense of home is what I'm getting, and just, I mean, if you notice, there's the swords are in the background. All those things that plagued you previously, those, you know, they're put down, and you're just existing in this beauty, right? So there's something about that, but there's also, I get the sense that there's somebody that could be coming back, only because it feels like there's this spirit saying there's some feminines that have been waiting for an individual to come back, really. They know their worth. They took action on something. I'm not exactly sure what that action is, and they knew that it would bring about a particular result. And so it was, they held on to their emotions as they should have. They wielded that. They didn't act impulsively. They didn't give more than they should have given. And so through that, by standing their ground is what it sounds like, then the masculine is able, you know, they just were themselves. They were like, you know what, I honor myself. I know what I'm worth. This is what I deserve. I either get it or, you know, I don't want it. And so there's this feeling of, and that's really understanding the depths of yourself, not oversharing, not undersharing, just knowing what you're worth. That's a king of, this feminine is a king of cups. And so there was some, like, you know, the Kings are about the outward action. And so there was some outward action that this feminine took for this particular group of feminines that goes beyond just being true to them, you know, putting themselves out there, being authentic. They were true to themselves and their self-worth. And that caused this masculine to see that nugget of to really understand, one, the feminine's worth, but also what it is that pulls them in. You know, that kind of pulls them in. There's that one deck where they say self-love is you become more attractive, you know, the more you love yourself, kind of thing. And there's just something about the strength of this feminine that just pulls in the masculine and really actions the masculine to level up, to go into the parts of themselves and start exploring those parts and start exploring those emotions, and not just existing as a King of Wands where they action and you're just supposed to know, and you know, that kind of stuff. So there's a success in that. I'm getting a whole story here, y'all. A success in that where he levels up and makes this offer, so to speak, okay? And so that brings in from a place of lack of like a bit of chaos, where the Five of Swords is the chaos, and when he steps forward with this offer, it brings in this grounding energy. But it also puts it on the feminine at this point then, where a decision gets to be made. He's coming and offering this rose to you, but you know, it's almost as if you remember he's laying everything before you. There's a piece of you that really wants this, and there's also a piece that is resistant. Now, for the feminines where this is not a past person and this is someone coming in, I don't usually do love readings, but this is definitely a fucking love reading, where the past person is coming in. Let's see here. You know, I think that you've been waiting, and there's also this sense of, is this what I've been waiting for? Because if this motherfucker don't come correct, then this feminine knows their worth, period. They have expectations that they're waiting to have fulfilled, okay? And so there's a piece that's like just so drawn. She's caressing his leg, but she's looking away like, I don't know if I want to take this offer, but oh my God, am I being drawn to, drawn to this masculine. And so this is telling the feminines, you've got a choice to make. You've got a decision to make, okay? A decision to make. I feel like this is kind of telling you what, like the Two of Swords is really an intuitive choice, an intuitive decision. In the traditional tarot deck, it is someone who is blindfolded but holds the two swords very balanced, crossed, you know, and generally crossed, you know, I would, sometimes it's, you know, but I always think of the heart chakra when I think of the swords being crossed, where this is the space in which you can operate from, where you make your decision. It's an intuitive knowing that whatever decision is made is bringing in the correct karma. You've done so much work. You know your value and your worth now. You're not going to have the tumultuous past like you had before. Whether it's a past person or not, whether this is a completely new person, you're not going to experience the past. You're moving in to a better state of understanding within relationships, within love, because you know your worth and you know when to give it and when not to, and you know how to keep your cup full for yourself before, you know. And so, you know, this intuitive choice where you just kind of, the eyes are closed and it's just a knowing, you know, that the decision you make is going to bring in, and I feel like the because this is the Justice card, and you're moving into calmer waters, what comes in, yes, is an intuitive one. You're going to know if it's bringing this or not. Because this is your focus. Ten of Pentacles in the world, and what you could achieve now that you value yourself so much. What is possible and what is likely. And I'm going to assume, I'm not assuming, they're, tell me, don't know. What they're saying is that by taking this choice, by choosing to accept the offer and allow that offer in, because obviously there's no action, there's nothing to prove that things have necessarily changed yet. By giving it a chance, you'll get your Ten of Pentacles, which is that stability. You will get, they're saying, you will get that stability and structure within the connection, that safety, that home. You will be able to build that which you've been looking for. Build the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, just look at the abundance there. She's feeding him grapes off of her chest. Like, there's just, there's grapes all over her chest, and she grabs some and she shares it with, there's this abundance, this just lavished, and like, it's having it all in this physical world with the masculine. And you get the world. There's this feeling and sensation. This is a major arcana. You get these two together. Could you, seriously? And it's almost as if this fits so well in with the rest of your life as well, with all the goals and dreams and ambitions that you have, because you get the world. There's this end of this cycle that comes in, and a brand new one that fucking shows up because of this choice. And it's everything that you've been wanting. It's that stability. It's that sense of home, and safety. The feminine wants to feel safe with the masculine, and needs to know that they understand their emotions, can express their emotions within this connection. And so in order to feel safe and connected, and so you get the world. I am going to do one little thing. I'm pretty sure we understand the Three of Wands. I'm feeling like I want to kind of get just a little bit more on the offer in this karmic justice, this balancing out that happens, to see a little more detail about what that looks like when it comes through. Okay. I had the intention, I literally set the intention that this was going to be 30 minutes, and apparently I can't do a short reading to save my life. No. Sorry. Talking to them. Sorry. One more. So, oh, this is the Lenormand Oracle, by the way, by Alexander my circle. I bet you I get it. The bear. So this is really, they're going to come in. I've got the bear and the mess, like, I feel like there's going to be a message coming through. Information, knowledge. This message just offer, so to speak. And don't, I'm intuiting this shit from what they're telling me. I mean, I'm using a little bit of the definitions, but they're coming in a bit aggressive. Like, if this is somebody that you haven't been with before, you're going to be like, you come in a little strong, which we kind of picked up on, right? We picked up on that. They come in, especially if they're like, I can see, you know, I want to build this with you. And it's like, we've never dated. Like, you know, like they coming in already knowing what the fuck they want, what they see, what the potential is, what they see in you, they know. Expressing it, you know, and they're getting in touch with parts and exploring parts they probably haven't before. But this is pretty strong, like, oh shit, you know what I mean? And sometimes we might be a little like, yeah, I don't, like, it, you know, it'll take you back. It'll take you back, okay? For those who are, where it's someone from the past, they come in so strong that it's almost like, you know, I need to see where this is going to go. This is probably why you need to use your intuition, okay? You're going to have to use your intuition, I know, right? Where you've put down, this is my worth, and this is what I deserve, and this is what I expect kind of situation. And so it causes them to step up. And so they, in this intuitive knowing that you're going to come across, you know, like you're going to have to go with your intuition because it comes in so strong. Like what they're offering, it's not like, oh, hey, can we just talk? Oh, hey, can we, it's, I see a future. Can we move in? Can we please do X, Y, and Z? I want to not just go back to how we were, but I want to, it's almost like jumping 10 steps. You know, like somehow in your mind, you know how we always think, okay, so like the logical thing to do is that when we reconnect, we have to do this, and you have to do this to show this to me, and you've got to prove yourself to me. You know, not that that's a bad thing. Not that that's a bad thing. But there's almost like these hurdles and hoops and And so motherfucker show up and he's like, yep, marry me. Like, I know. I know. You know what I mean? So obviously if it's somebody you don't know, and I'm not saying that you're getting a proposal, but it's that like night and day, what the fuck? And so, or if it's a new person, it's like, holy shit, kind of scare you a little bit. Hence why, you know, you really need to use your intuition in regards to this offer, because the sense I'm getting is logic isn't going to be, like, logic would tell you, be like, what the, like, oh my god, you know, but you know, like, you're kind of like, maybe not. And so, because of that, it's going to take you aback just a bit and almost get you a little riled up on the inside. Hence why they're, you know, remember that you're the King of Cups, contain that. It is a new beginning that you're waiting on, and this is definitely a new beginning. And what Spirit is saying is, like, this is probably the happy, like, this shit's beautiful. It has the potential to be so fucking beautiful and wonderful, and this is a solid fucking offer, like, as in, it's legit. This individual is that committed inside. They know. They have a knowing. Hence why it's on you at this point. And they're in it for the long haul, but the ship means in the Lenormand oftentimes it's a destiny card in regards to love. Like, this shit is this, I don't know what this is meant to happen. This is destiny knocking at your door. And logic is not going to tell you to do X, Y, and Z. You will get out of whack, out of balance real quick, out of that King of Cups mode, out real quick. Intuition. You need to intuitively make the decision, because I'm telling you, between this and this, the World and Ten of Pentacles, the Sun and Destiny, the long haul, the long journey, you're going to want to make sure that you make the right decision. So, ground. Stay in your King of Cups mode, where you are not just, I mean, the Queen of Cups is very intuitive, but so is the King. The King can take the intuition, the knowing, the feelings, the emotions, the depths of themselves, action it in the world, right? You need to stay in that. Stay in that mode. Oh my gosh. And I'm feeling like some of you have this sense of a little bit of panic, like, what the fuck, what if I make the wrong decision? And, or, you know, as long as you can stay in the King of Cups mode, you're going to be in touch with your intuition. You're going to hear it loud and clear. You're going to feel it. You're going to know, okay? That's why you need to stay in that. Not into the swords mode. Not so, I mean, not that the swords aren't intuitive, but don't get yourself into a Nine of Swords kind of situation, okay? Don't overthink it. Feel it, okay? Let your body tell you. And you'll be able to make the right decision, okay? And Spirit is saying there may be, you know, the vast majority, it feels as if you're going to go, like your intuition's telling you to go for it when logic's telling you not, okay? There, peppered in is a couple where it's like the intuitive decision is not to necessarily choose opt into the relationship, that you get your Ten of Pentacles and everything. But see, okay, so Ten of Pentacles, like, so there's a few that are going to choose not, is what Spirit's saying. There's going to be a few that choose not. You'll still be able to end up getting to the place of the Ten of Pentacles. But just as a reminder, the Ten of Pentacles is when you begin to learn how to share, or not share, involve others in, it's if it was just going to be you and you alone, okay, it would be the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles moves to the 10 when we are able to, when we pull others into, okay, our material abundance, where it's shared. It's a shared abundance. Let's put it that way. And so if you opt out, just know that this reading is indicating to me, just know that that reaching the Ten of Pentacles, I feel like Spirit's really telling you to go for this. Just saying, I feel like some of you are like, meh. And if you don't feel it intuitively, this was not your message then, because you, as long as you can remain in the King of Cups mode, you will feel it. And stay in that where you can really understand your emotions, because emotions can be anger too. Emotions can be fear, a shadow aspect of your emotions. They can be, but when you really wield your emotions and you maintain that balance, you're in the King of Cups mode. And so that balance that they're looking for isn't just, it's really knowing yourself deep within. And knowing your emotions and knowing intuitively things and being able to feel something out versus think, okay? Fear is a mental thing, but it can tarnish and arouse negative, shadowy aspect feelings, if that makes sense. So, well, this was a long one. I hope you enjoyed it. Keep looking back. Like, subscribe, share if you enjoyed this and if you want more. This is, yeah. I will work on trying to do some short videos, but apparently I cannot do that just right now. Okay. Well, I hope y'all have a fantastic day.